to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. I'm glad to be back. Been gone for a little while. Didn't expect to be gone that long. I actually went up to North Carolina to watch a baby being born. Not to actually get to watch it, but they don't let you do that anymore. But my daughter had a baby, so his first grandbaby, Lillian, middle name Scott. So thrilled about that. Beautiful baby girl. So we were thrilled about that. Glad to be back. Already missed the baby, but we'll have to deal with that. But anyway, wanted to get back with you. It's been a little while, and it's been a rough 2 or 3 weeks in the market for me. Now the market has not done too terrible, but my portfolio has been getting beat up. One of the main reasons, of course, NVAX getting clobbered so bad. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, about what do you do when your stocks are getting clobbered. Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. One of the things I do, first things I do, of course, if you watched any of my videos, the first thing is I buy more. If I've got a stock that I believe in, then I'll buy more. I'll cost average that stock as it falls. But you got to think about some things before you cost average something. You want to ask yourself some questions, and we've talked about this before as well. First of all, what is causing that stock to drop? Is it the market? Is the market broke? If it's not the market, which it hasn't been in the last few weeks, then you got to ask yourself, is it the company? And the answer to that question for NVAX again is no, it's not the company. NVAX has been signing all kinds of deals. They're just in a phase 2 where there's not a whole lot of news going to come out about those results for a little while. And so what's happening here is folks are taking profits. If you'll notice the volume on these days, most days it's very low volume. You can see the volume spike when it gets driven down really low. Sometimes that to me indicates the big boys come in there and scoop some of those up. But this thing is doing well as a company, is doing well as with its virus that it's working on, virus vaccine. It's just in the middle of really a no event situation going on. And when that happens with this stock, especially this stock, it's going to drop a little bit. Also, if you'll look at the other vaccine stocks, they're kind of dropping a little bit as well. It's kind of in a area where the hype is worn off a little bit. And so when the hype wears off, things just settle down a little bit, and that's normal. So now, so the question you got to ask yourself at this point is the stock broken? The answer to that is a resounding yes. Okay, so what do you do from that point forward? And the next thing I like to do after I've assessed the stock and bought more is I try to get a relative view of things. We've got a couple of videos on that as well, but one video called "It's All Relative." But that's what I do. So my portfolio has gotten pounded. Okay, it's gotten pounded the last 3 weeks. A huge drop in the portfolio balance. So you can't panic. So I like to get that relative view. I go back even a week. So when I go back a week and look at my portfolio, it's better than it was. But like I said, this has been a 2 or 3 week fall. So I have to go back a good ways. I go back a month, and I can see a couple of months. I can see that I'm back to a level I was maybe a couple of months ago. Or you can go back a quarter. You can go back even a year to get that relative view. For the year, we're still doing quite well. I mean, for the year, we're up a good percentage as far as the portfolio balance goes, and way ahead of where I wanted to be at the end of the year. So all that helps you to get through these times where you're getting clobbered. It's like the video says. So get that relative view, cost average, and there's one other thing I like to make sure I do. The last thing I like to do is I need to keep an eye on that cash level. Okay, I want to make sure I keep a certain amount of cash when things are dropping, because what happens when to your cash as your portfolio grows. If you've got a certain level, as your portfolio dips, your cash level automatically goes up. If you got money sitting in cash, and your balance of your portfolio is going down, your cash level percentage is going up. So what you want to do there is make sure you don't get trapped. And that's happened to me several times over the years, where I've gotten trapped, where I've got all my free cash in the market, and then I can't make any trades, okay? I can't make any trades anymore. And that's where you really get trapped, and you're kind of at the mercy of the market and the mercy of whatever's going on with your portfolio. Because it boils down to one last thing that I always like to be able to do, and that's pocket money, okay? So we want to be able to pocket that money. Even though our portfolio may be dropping, there's going to be some stocks that you hold sometimes that are doing okay. And so you want to hang on to those and cash in on those as you get an opportunity when they reach levels that you're shooting for. I actually missed an opportunity on one of our stocks the other day. I was up as much as 8%. I wasn't able to get to a place where I could trade. So, but it's back down now. So we'll have to hope it gets back up to that level. But that was that NKLA. It had gotten up to about 8% gain. Should have sold, but really didn't have the time to do that. So, but that happens. But we'll watch it next time. We'll know better next time. We'll get to somewhere where we can make that trade. So if you're going through this same thing that I'm going through right now, I hope this helps. The main thing you need to do is just avoid panicking. You know, selling things when they're dropping and selling things that are down. That's never a good thing. To me, that's my strategy. Again, people's got different stomach levels that they can take things. I've just seen it all before, and I really, I don't like this, but I've got to get those relative views and understand, hey, the year's not so bad. We're doing good. This is just a moment in time. So you really just got to try to keep that level head and hang on to things that you have confidence in, okay, or even add to them. So let's take a look at our portfolio and kind of talk about some of our stocks. Okay, so let me get over there to that. Okay, so here's our portfolio. As you can see, we've got a good green day going across the board on the markets here. You're up 298 points on the Dow. But if you look at my portfolio right now, I'm getting creamed pretty good. We do have some green ones there. As you can see, we've got one that's up almost 10%, the VXRT, even though we are pretty good ways down on that one from our buy levels and where we've cost averaged that one. So nothing we're going to be able to sell. Cliff has dropped off. I did actually sell Cliff on 8.25. I sold that one at 6.37. It has gone up even higher from there, but I'm not actually holding any Cliff, so we'll take that off our portfolio for now. I will add into that one if the steel stocks keep dropping. NKLA, that's the one I missed that opportunity on to sell the other day. You see EXAS. Now EXAS has gotten beat up pretty good as well. So we've been adding to that one. I actually bought that the other day at 76.97, I think it was, somewhere around there. It's dropped a little bit from there, but we are cost averaging that one. We've got a pretty good stake in that one right now. So that's one of our bigger holdings because I do trust that stock. We'll be looking at, somewhere around that probably 90, 92. I think we're in about $80 a share now. So we'll probably sell around, 90 or 88 even, depending on what everything else is looking like. HTBX, that one's been beat up pretty good since we bought it. Looks like it's got a little green on it today, not much. And NVAX, look at NVAX, it's down under $100 now. So actually went down to $94 now. One thing I have been seeing and hearing on the message boards and those kind of things is there was a gap to fill. And that's just, all that means is there was a level to get back down to before this thing could turn back up. And the level that they were claiming was the gap level was $94. And it did get down there today to $94.18. So hopefully that was it, and hopefully that's where the bleeding is going to stop on this one. It's been having some decent news about some deals. It actually signed a deal with Canada to produce some vaccine for them. I think that came out yesterday, but the stock got beat up yesterday 5% or so. So they're just out of favor right now. That happens to stocks, so don't worry about that if you're still in it. You got to hang tough sometimes, but you know there's no telling. These are pharmaceuticals. They could keep going. I'm still going to hold it primarily because of that nano flu. Once they get approval for that, that's going to bring in revenue, and you'll see good numbers start coming out on revenue and things like that, and this stock will go up from wherever it is at the time once those kind of things start happening. XOM's just been a real disappointment for me. We haven't been able to get anything out of that one. It hadn't done anything but go down since we bought it. But we're going to hang on to it. That's ExxonMobil. You know, eventually I believe it will get back up, but right now it just has to do with this coronavirus and the lack of travels and things like that. U.S. Steel, X, down again today, just 1% or so. You know, it's been holding its own around these levels here. I'm still going to wait till I see something about an infrastructure deal. I expect this thing to be up again one of these days. That's why it's one of my larger holdings. We'll hang on to it for a couple of years if we need to. Sometimes you have to do that. ACB's one of those that went through the reverse split, and we're just holding it because there's not really another option for us right now. And that we're so far down on that one. But that's what you do. That's what I do anyway. I hold on to these things. You know, that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to just hang tough. As hard as that is sometimes. So what do we do next? We're kind of in a downward trend on our portfolio. But the only thing you can do, or I can do at this point, is either buy more. I've got some cash, but I'm going to be real careful with that. I'm at a 21% level on my cash, I believe it was. I got more cash in one account than I do in another, so I'm just going to be real careful about what I'm doing. I'd like to cash some things in. I've got some things that are close, some things that are on our portfolio here, and a couple of other things. So if I can get a little bit more cash on the side, I may start trying to trade some things that we don't hold right now. I'm not going to do a whole lot of cost averaging right now because I'm kind of waiting on some of these to come back up to where I can get close to selling them. But we're just going to watch it. Got to be strong times like these, and so that's what we're going to do. And it may not be real active right now, but we're going to be watching them really close, hoping that this NVAX thing can turn back up towards the upside. All right, well, hang in there. Good, happy trading to you. I hope you have a good rest of your day and rest of your week. Probably get back on here sometime later in the week. Hope to see you then. Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here. Thanks. Bye.